Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today's video I will be doing a Disney colouring quiz that me and Kate set up last month. So basically what we do is we each get allocated a Disney film, we watch it together, and then the other person has to give that person's film a set of 10 questions, and then that person has to colour a picture and answer those questions at the same time. It was just, an idea that I'd came up with. So Kate done it last month on her channel with, I think it was The Rescuers. We'd watched the movie and then I gave her some questions to answer and she coloured in a page from the film. So yeah, I think we're going to do this monthly. So we were allocated a film each this month, and Kate is currently doing her video as well, so we thought we would do them at the same time. Her movie is Alice in Wonderland, and I got Fox and the Hound. So Kate has given me 10 questions to answer while I colour a page from the film. We have had a lot of comments and requests asking if people could join in, and we've both agreed more the merrier. So what we're going to do for next month is, once we've wrote out the questions and we've got our films in that, we will put it on Kate's community tab, just because I don't have that yet. It'll be on Kate's community tab, and then she will also put it on her Instagram, and I'll put it on mine as well. And then basically it's down to the individual whether they want to do both films, and both questions, or just one of each, or just one or the other, and then just basically tag us in your pictures, or if you've got a YouTube channel, let us know so we can watch. But yeah, it's just a fun idea that we're going to do it every month. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. So I was looking through my books and I found this one. I'm just going to put that there, of Todd and Copper. Lift it up a wee bit. Actually, for these books, I kind of prefer taking the page out. And I'm going to just use a photo sheet to just make it easier just to colour on. There we go. So I have pre-selected some colours for Copper. These ones. So you've got he's kind of like a yellowy caramel brownie in his ears and just a wee bit on the eye here. So I'm going to start with Copper, and then hopefully I've got enough time to do Todd as well. Yeah, my desk is a wee bit wobbly. I don't know what's going on with it, so if the camera is moving a lot and it's distracting, I apologise. And there's also neighbours out cutting grass, kids screaming, so again, apologise for the noise. But it is what it is. So what I'll do is, I've got my questions to the side, so I'm just going to read them as I'm colouring. So I'm going to do the bit around his eye first. This is the 126 in the Ohuhu art marker. So I'm going to start off with that. These pens are a bit annoying because the lid doesn't fit on the back of the pen. Oh well. So question number 1 is, what is the name of the woodpecker? So the woodpecker is called Boomer. And he is best friends with this little sparrow called Binky, and they are also friends with Big Mama, the owl, who kind of takes in Todd and rescues him after his mum is killed. Sorry, I should have said at the start of the video, if you haven't seen the film, obviously I will be talking about it, so if you haven't seen it and you don't want any spoilers, then come back and watch after you've seen the film. There we go. Yeah, so the woodpecker's name is Boomer. Finish that wee bit up. I will go in with shading as well once markers are done. Alright, let's go with the body. Okay, so question number 2 is, what can Copper smell after catching his first scent? Okay, so I believe that when Copper is standing with Chief and he gets a smell, I think it's Todd he first smells, and that's how they become friends. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Todd. Question number 3. What do Chief and Copper sleep in at their property? Okay, so they both sleep in like wooden barrels, and they sleep outside, and they have one each. Yeah, that's where they sleep, on the property, which is kind of nice. It's kind of cute actually, in the barrels. These Ohuhu brush markers I really enjoy them, but they've actually been annoying me the past few days. I think I'm gonna get another set of Ohuhu, but get the bullet tip instead of the brush. I will keep the brush, but yeah, see, like they're just bleeding over. But you know, it is what it is. Question number 3. What animal is Abigail? Abigail is the Widow Tweed's cow who lives in the barn with chickens. Yeah, that's the scene where Todd comes into the barn while the widow's milking Abigail, and Todd is a bit intrigued with her chickens. But the mum chicken has babies with her, and he spooks the babies, and the mother goes a bit mental and chases Todd, causing the widow to kind of, I can't remember if it's her or if it's Abigail, that ends up knocking over the bucket of milk that she's been milking. Yeah, and she's not happy with Todd, but she forgives him because he's that cute. I'm not too fussed about any of this bleeding because I will go over it with a jelly roll white, and I will be doing shading as well, so everything's good. But yeah, that's Abigail. She is their pet cow that lives with Widow Tweed, and she lives in the barn. This line here is so thin, so I'm not going to go right up to the top. Excuse me. Question number 5. Who is Amos and his role in the movie? So Amos is Widow Tweed's neighbour, and he is a hunter, and he does not like Todd at all. And his purpose is meant to be the main villain of the film, but to be honest, I never really looked at him as a villain, to be honest. Yeah, he's grumpy and he's old and, you know, a bit ill-tempered, but yeah, I never really looked at him as the villain, even though, you know, he probably is, you know, in the eyes of Disney, probably the villain. Yeah, he's a hunter who goes away every like winter and takes Chief and also now Copper with him to see how many animals they can catch. Yeah, he's grumpy, ill-tempered, but yeah, that's Amos. Number 6 is, what is Copper chasing as he slips across the lake? Okay, so this is when they leave to go away for the winter, and this is around about the time that Copper's starting to grow bigger. And by this point he's like, you know, able to do what Chief's doing and hunt the animals. Let me just get that wee bit there. There we go. I'm really pleased with that, the colour. I believe he's chasing a rabbit. Chief is just about to attack and kill the rabbit, but Copper, being young, is like, no, I'm gonna have a go. But he ended up on the lake and slips on the ice, and the rabbit gets away. Yeah, so Chief isn't happy. Yeah, like that. I think these are white also. I think there's a brown patch on him though, which I do have that pulled out. Yeah, rabbit, that's what he's chasing as he slips. Number 7, where does the widow drop Todd off? So she takes Todd to the game reserve due to she just fears for Todd that Amos and the dogs are gonna eventually catch up with Todd and kill him. So for his own safety, she's like, yeah, let's do what's best for Todd, and she drops him off at the game reserve, which is like, I used to cry at that scene when I was younger. It's just the music and the way it's like played, and it's like he's looking back at her and he's like, where are you going? Yeah, she drops him off at the game reserve, just for his own protection. But it's a really, really sad scene. But you know, she's doing it for the right reasons. Question number 8. What kind of animal is Mr. Digger? Okay, so Mr. Digger is the badger. So when Todd is dropped off at the game reserve, he's basically looking for a place to sleep because it started raining. Don't know if that's like too dark. Okay, I'll just have to do. Yeah, he's the badger, so when Todd gets dropped off it starts to rain, so he goes looking for a place to sleep. Oh, God's sake. And he ends up being friends with, I think it's a porcupine or a hedgehog. But before that he ends up at the badger's den, Mr. Digger, and yeah, he's a very grumpy badger. He basically tells Todd to do one. Yeah, Mr. Digger is a badger. I've heard his voice before, Mr. Digger. I said that to Kate while watching the film. I've heard this voice from another Disney film, but I couldn't quite put my, finger on it. And then I realised that he also voiced Rufus from The Rescuers, that we watched last month. He's the cat that lives in the orphanage. I really like that colour on copper. Really good. Number 9. Excuse me. What animal attacks Amos and Copper while hunting Todd and Vixie? So they are hunting Todd and Vixie, and they almost capture them because they corner them in their den. But they manage to escape, and they run up this like waterfall. And they manage to jump so Copper doesn't, smell them. But as they get to the top, they are attacked by a bear. And that does not go well for them at all. Right, I'm just thinking of what. Right, I'm going to go in with the orange that I picked out for Todd. Yeah, they are attacked by a bear, and Amos falls down the cliff, and the bear is just about to, swipe him or really hurt him, and Copper gets in between them and tries to defend his owner. He puts up a fight, but he's no match for a bear. The bear just basically smacks him about, and he's just about to kill Copper, and his pal Todd comes to the rescue, comes in to help his friend, but again, he's a fox, not gonna go down well with a bear, but give him his due. He puts up a fight, and at least he gets the bear away from Copper, which is was really nice. But that bear was massive in the film. They're attacked by a bear. And also, while Amos fell down the cliff, he ended up in one of his own traps that he'd set for Todd. So it's kind of like, well, see how you like it. But they're attacked by like a large black bear. It was a really good scene, actually. The way they've done it, the animation in those films are just unbelievable. The old style painting, drawing, it's like, it's really, really nice. Like, don't get me wrong, the 3D animated films nowadays are good, but I prefer the old fashioned way. It's still nice, don't get me wrong, but I'm more of a really old classic sort of style for the films. Don't worry about all this bleeding and that over. I will tidy all of that up with white jelly roll and shading and stuff. I'm just trying to get this marker base down as neatly as possible. Right, number 10. What does Chief break after falling from the bridge? So Chief is chasing Todd, and they end up on this railway bridge, and yeah, obviously Disney style. The train ends up, on the other, coming from the other side. Todd is able to get in between the tracks, but Chief he was too big, and the train knocks him off the cliff, and he breaks his left leg, I believe, his back left leg, and he's left in, a bit of a mess. He can't go out and hunt or do the things he wants to do. But I think I read somewhere, because after I googled the movie and just was interested in how it was, about the different actors and how it was made and all this kind of stuff, and they had said, I read somewhere, that the actual ending for that part of the movie was meant to have Chief actually die, but they went against it because they thought it was too, a bit much for younger audiences, which, yeah, I could see that why, but then, you've got other films that have done the same, and I know it was like Lion King and all that kind of stuff that have done scenes that are really heartbreaking, but this was like the 80s, so maybe they'd changed their minds by the 90s. But yeah, I'm kind of glad they kept the way they did. I'm glad Chief didn't die. Again, I'm sure the actor who voiced Chief was also a part of the Rescuers. I think he played Luke the Muskrat, I think he is. Yeah, I'm going to have to take all this up because it's starting to bug me now. So yeah, that's those questions that Kate had sent for me to do. I know I've only done 4 videos this month, but again, I'm still kind of getting used to this whole YouTube sort of thing. But I just want to let everybody know I appreciate every single one of your comments and likes, messages. I appreciate everything. It really does make things a lot easier on my side. So thank you so much for watching and subscribing and liking and commenting. It really does mean a whole lot. But yeah, that was my Disney colouring quiz for this month. Hopefully I'll get this done by tomorrow. I'm going to work on it a bit more off camera, and probably tomorrow, because tomorrow I will film my completed pages video, and I'll try and get this video up tonight, and tomorrow's completed pages will be up either tomorrow or Wednesday, excuse me, depending on how much time I've got. But next month I'm going to be a bit more organised, a bit more, try and do a few more videos a week, try and start building a wee bit of a routine. So yeah, that was Disney colouring quiz for this month, and this was my first one. This will be Kate's second, so look out for her video as well, because she's doing Alice in Wonderland. So again, thank you very much, and as I said earlier, we will put something on Kate's community tab and Instagram if you guys want to join in, show us your pictures, do videos, do the questions yourself. That's totally fine. We'll really look forward to seeing them. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one.